couple of years ago in Grand Rapids, the food service, the state of Michigan food service, had a lunch lady conference. 300 lunch ladies. What a crowd, huh? By the way, there was a woman there who had 3 different types of cancer that she has fought off. She, at the time, had a shaved head, and she got up and she goes, "And it still isn't going to kill me." I'm like, what a lunch lady. But I honored vets at that program, and a woman, like 2-3 rows in the front, she didn't say anything. She just started crying. And the woman next to her looked at me and she said, her son, he died 3 months ago in Iraq. And so I said, your son died 3 months ago in Iraq. And she teared up, and a few other people teared up, and we dried our tears. And after the program, I'm talking to some folks, and that woman makes a beeline for me. She's walking right at me. I'm thinking, okay, here we go. And she walks up to me, and she says, "Don't you dare stop doing that." She said, "My tears are from my son who died, but I don't want him forgotten." You ever had an order from a lunch lady? It's like, I'm like, I don't know how to do it, but I was going to go, "Yes, ma'am." You imagine that? Her home life, her work life. And she's got to try to keep it balanced. And all the kids that show up in our buildings, they're doing the same thing. Every day. God only knows what goes on, right? Because I hear all the stuff. My kids are in school. I hear all the stuff that's going on with the number of divorces, number of addictions, number of this, all the stuff that's going on. And you guys, you signed up, you went to school. How many master's degrees do we have in here? Look at this. Holy crap. Brilliant. And I bet you they didn't say during your training, oh, and by the way, you'll be a heart surgeon, you'll be a brain surgeon, you'll be a parent, you will be a confidant. All these different roles that you play. I used to go into schools all the time and do assemblies, tell stories, act stuff out. After the assembly, this was what the deal was. I'd go in, mostly elementary schools. I'd go into the classroom, one classroom at a time, and I would say this: what did you guys see me do that you want to learn how to do? Because I'd walk through a door, talk like animals, and the kids would ask me things like that, right? 2nd grade classroom. 2nd grade teachers, where are you? You're in the back? Really? 2nd grade teachers way up there? That's not right. Something's wrong with that. Kindergarten teachers, where are you? See? A little closer. Yeah. I'm in a 2nd grade classroom. I said, what do you guys see me do? And the little boy goes, "How you talk like a bear?" I was like, okay, this is how you talk like a bear. Little girl, "How you talk like a fish?" I said, "This is how you talk like a fish." Little boy, middle of the room. I said, "Well, yeah." He goes, "Would you be my dad?" And I said, "What'd you say?" And he still has his arm. He goes, "Would you be my dad?" And, just for a nanosecond, I thought, well, what's your mom look like? No, I didn't. He still has his arm up. Okay, educators in this room, you've had this moment, right? You've had this moment where it seems like it's a year. My mind is flying, what do I say to this kid? Because he's not joking. Would you be my dad? And I just thought, I can't throw this moment away. And to me, it wasn't me. I think it came from above. It came in my head, and then it just came out my mouth. And I said, I can't be your dad because I'm married. He says, just get divorced. I said, yeah, I could do that, but I can't do that. And I really live far away from here. But just looking at you, I don't know, there's something about you. Man, I'd love to be your dad. And he just went, you'd like to be my dad? What else am I going to say? And I tried to have all the sincerity in the moment that I could muster to just say, I would love to be your dad. So when you got kids showing up to school and they're looking at it and going, what'd that be like? And you know he's fantasizing, just visualizing. Yeah, we'd probably play and we'd do fun things together because that's what he wants. Then I do shows in high schools, bring in the kids, big auditorium like this, high school kids. But I sometimes do alternative ed. You guys have alternative ed program? Those kids, very colorful, very interesting. I did this outside of Detroit area here. 80 kids come in, alternative ed kids. And really rough-looking bunch. Some of them are putting their cigarette outside the door before they walked in. And then there's this kid that walks in. He's probably 6'3", 6'4", leather jacket, tattoo, and shaved head. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to tell you some stories. Sit on your little carpet square. Crisscross applesauce. This is going to be fun. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, this is a rough bunch, man. I do my show, all the stories, they all pay attention. The only interruption I had was a girl who just raised her hand out of the blue and she goes, you want to go smoke some pot? Right? And I said, is it any good? Which shut her down because she didn't expect that. She thought I was going to yell at her. I just, Get done with the program, everybody gets up and starts to leave. Teachers, principal, except for the big kid sitting in the back. He doesn't leave. He just sits there, and all of a sudden everybody leaves. It's just that kid and me. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to start putting my stuff away. and he gets up, he has his feet up on a chair, and he just kind of shoves the chair, and he starts walking up toward me. And he just, lumbering dude like this. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I've never been beat up after a program, but I guess there's a first, right? They say there's a first for everything. And I'm getting my stuff together, and he's right about here. He's 3 feet away, and I can't deny this moment anymore. So I look at him and said, hey, what's up? And because he had this shaved head, and I'm really scared because I thought maybe he was going to attack me or something, I said, just came out of my mouth. He went, so, don't like shampoo? I was like, what? You ever have something come out of your mouth and you're like, no! You want to put it back in, right? And this kid, he just kind of chuckled, yeah. And then he kind of does this. He goes, yeah, it's pretty short. I said, short? It's shaved. I said, what, you just like short hair and stuff or what? Yeah, my mom, she's getting chemo, and I just didn't want her to be the only bald person in the house. I mean, it was like an invisible fist just hit me in the gut, and I just went, oh, your mom is bald because of chemo, and you didn't want her to be the only bald person in the house. Can I tell you something? Yeah. I thought you were coming up here to beat me up. And he went, I do look kind of rough, don't I? I'm like, yeah, you do. And I said, that is really amazing that you would do that for your mom. You are quite a kid. Was there something you wanted to ask me about? He says, yeah, I just wondered if maybe you come back and tell more stories. Oh, I'm already on the ground. I said, yeah, if you want me to, I'll talk to the principal. Yeah, that'd be cool. right? Having that kid say, that'd be cool. The honor that is. Am I right, Teacher of the Year? And I just shook his hand. I said, I hope I see you again. It's like, come on. And I'm the teacher?